Okie dokie. So, welcome back. Let's see. So last time we set up this checklist here. I may have tweaked a few things. Seems to be graphics and sound effects. See, I got Masagi, but that's more for music. So we'll start in the graphics. Yeah. Let's see. I suppose I'll show you what I've done since last time. Like, not too much, just a bit more of an experiment. Let's see. Over to here. Whoop, that's there. Just ignore that for the moment, because we're doing a bit of testing with come on brain, get working. Right, oblique projection. May have touched on the idea before slightly. Just pretty much saying, I think it'll be interesting if you had a game that looks like it. So, done a little bit of tweaking. Like, I posted a teaser, I suppose you can call it, on my Discord. But pretty much what I've done is I've got this set up as like your oblique projection, or fake 3D, whatever you really want to call it. And at the moment I made a custom player controller that you press up, down, move left, right, all that stuff. It works in relation to a oblique grid or offset grid. Like I showed you how to set it up before in a previous stream, just applying custom transformation and stuff. So I think it looks a wee bit more interesting than what I had planned out before. And this is the tile testing level that I've had in my other projects and stuff, because we still got everything behaving as it should with this. Slide you up, so you've still got filler that moves around, you've got shooting script, target still hit, got the power-ups, there we go. And of course we got HP, well, up in the top left we still got HP, the power, well, to test power-ups, bullets, you've got reloading, and the objective. So all this is working well. Like, granted it's still in the basic stage, but yeah. Looked into these little errors here that pop up with the tile map, and from what I've gathered, it isn't so much anything I've done wrong. Like, not saying that, oh, I'm not to blame or anything. No, it's just in general that it's if you work through it logically in your head, it works. You're like, okay, so you've got tiles overlapping tiles, just to like give you like an illusion of bits and pieces fitting together correctly. And on that side of things, it works. It just seems to be the Y sort that's causing the problem. Like the way it handles each individual tile, because it does like a faux 3D effect by editing the z-axis of things. Like, let's pop into here, tile map. Because we have Y sort on. And everything's on one tile map. That's another important thing that I'll get to. So if you do like little manual tweaking like this, sure it works. Now. And if we were just building levels like this, like, you know, draw out a wall, draw out floor tiles, draw out what have you, wouldn't be too much of a problem. It's like, oh, just make sure when you're done designing this, it's done. You don't touch it anymore, everything's good. However, I want to do generated levels. And the way I want to do that, what I have in my mind is this kind of level setup. Tile maps will be generated by code. So if you go in there and say, okay, we're going to make this is pretty much just pseudocode pretty much. It's like, oh, let's just make a thing that's this wide, that's, what is it, 39 wide and 20 high. Okay, you go on there and you give it all the correct data for each of the tiles and stuff like that. Everything's all in there, so the script knows, okay, so go through this two-dimensional array. Let's see. This one, that's at position 0, 0. We're going to put in a wall tile. 0, 1, another wall tile. 0, 2, wall tile. Keeps going along. Then the next row down. So it'll be 0, 1. 0, 1, that'll be a wall tile, then a floor tile. Run through, do all that. Do that for all the tiles in a map. And at the end you do something called update bit mask, which pretty much showed you here with auto tile, which is like pretty much you just say, okay, this is just basic. Okay, tile there, tile there, tile there. What update bit mask does is goes disable auto tile and just double checks these. It's like, oh, that joins there, that joins there, that joins there, joins there. Similar to that. It's a pretty simple way of doing, well, pretty straightforward way of doing things with auto tiles. So, but if we're having errors like those corner bits that I went in there and manually changed, like, well, there's even one here, you can't really see it, but does that fix it? No, the overlap's not quite working. So, because it has this little error, it's like, okay, here you go, the world's all generated and stuff, looks cool, except you've got all these bits and pieces that aren't working. Small graphical thing, but it's good that I think about these things at this early stage, because at the moment I'm doing just a line around things, just to make sure everything's, you know, nice and pretty. Later on, if I'm doing more advanced graphics and stuff, like say it isn't like a perfectly smooth line around here. What if it's like, ooh, I don't know, a cliff edge or something, or maybe it could be on a separate layer, like set above this tile map, like a walkway, which has this kind of thing set up, and it doesn't want to play nice. I'm just rambling at the moment. So, what I'm thinking is, this is just a little test that I did for an oblique projection for a tile map. This is following a ratio that I found on the Wikipedia for oblique projection. Where are we? Saying simple tile technical drawing using graphical projection using 2 dimensions of 3-dimensional objects. So they have their little things here. So there you are. It's like a little plant there. This one's at a different perspective. So is this one. Okay. SimCity, there's an example. Let's see. Mine will be similar to this. I think the ratio I'm using is 2:3. Let's see. Oh, it's just another tile map. Another test. Let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that'll be 8. 10. Okay, it's 6, 4. Half by 4 is 2. Half by 6 is 3. Okay. The problem with this is, not so much a problem, just something to keep in mind is, you're drawing your extra rooms out here. You've got this kind of overlap here. This could be, let's say we'll make another thing down here. We'll run a test. So, kind of overhangs and cuts off what's behind it because it's a tall wall. So, what I'm thinking is if I change the angle of this wall here, projection angle I suppose it will be called. I don't know, let's take a look. To this one. I'm still just futzing around with ideas like the solid lines and stuff, trying to like, you know, like mentally help me block it out. It's like, kind of like this, kind of like that, okay. Increase the side over here. Let's just pop you out a bit more. Work with 2 tile maps. So you have one that'll be for the room. Like, let's just pop this out here. And pop you there. Well, aside from the obvious gaps, have this as like a playing field, so you can still move your character around. Notice it looks a little bit funky. I'm just pressing up and down with this character thing. It's at the previous angle, tile direction, floor pattern, whatever you call it. So you can move around here, and using the directional shooting that we have, we can still work 4 directions: up, down, left, right. I think I will go back and change the shooting so it's only 4 directions for the moment to keep it simple. Well, more simple. So we see how it behaves with the different way the projection looks. Because I think just mulling over some ideas. Just forgive me for a sec. Okay, the idea that I have is set up like this, so you'd have one tile map for the big bounding box. So this would be like your back wall, like it looks taller than the player. And if I want to do something fancy, go on there and use like maybe auto tiling or atlas features to give like variations on the floor tiles themselves. But we have like a big bounding box for one tile map. That'll have your collisions. You can't walk off this way, can't walk off that way, so on and so forth. And have a second tile map that's aligned and subdivides the room. Then you've got individual tiles or individual objects that can spawn there. Like say, I don't know, have like something that's only like 2 of these bricks high and make them into a box or something. Like to hide behind or use as cover. Maybe an individual pillar. One that's a bit higher, but we'll leave it there and, I don't know, do a little bit of graphical tweaking. Same thing can work with, what do you call it? Void tiles or hole tiles. Like if we were to go here and cut out middle part, everything looks funky because, well, I haven't set up the bitmap properly, but getting rid of that one, you've got walls springing up around it, and yeah, it's not quite working. It'd probably be better if you get a separate tile map, place it over the top. So, okay, we want to make that into a void. The tile appears there, and it's like, oh yes, that's a void. I see what you're getting at. And tweak the test player. So I reckon for the first part of the stream, sort out a good projection. Like, sort this tile map and see what's going on. Like, it shouldn't take too long. I've already got some other bits and pieces I can draw off, and I can look through the Wikipedia, see if there's anything that pops out that might give us like an extra bit of cabinet projection. Off at an angle, like cut in half. Oh, okay, like that. So it gets rid of the how are you going to behave? Another game, Mercenary Kings, it is like this. Oh, I just want to view the image, please. So this is pretty much just one plane, but it chucks in the extra bit of perspective. Like you get the side of this, or up here with the boardwalk. It's like, you know, ends of the logs, the platform's down to logs. It's got that little extra bit of depth. I think that's what they're talking about with your cabinet projection. Gets parallel to the plane. Cavalier projection. Yeah, so we're doing cavalier projection in this one. Okay. Because this is top down, cavalier will probably be the best way to go. Because it gives it like more of a sense of depth. Like here, like uniform depth. Just makes it easier to create tiles for it. I don't know, it's just potato. We've done enough. We've got pretty much all the basics in. It's time to work a little bit more on the visuals. So, here, it's building this one. Why is that up there? So I'll just start from scratch again and grab things that I need. Load up my little one there. So we'll do it 16 by 16 tile. Well, the idea, but put off on that kind of angle like that. I think that's what I had for here. Yeah, it's 3 off. We'll start off with this. It's 18 across. Oh wait, 16 across this way. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One off. Okay. And that'll be a good starting point. So we'll do this as 2 by 2, maybe L. Cav test. I don't know. So clear that, clear that, clear that, clear that. Get rid of Y sort, because it's just going to be sitting flat. Okay. Cell size, we will make it 16 by 12. New tile set. You want a tile? I'm gonna make you there. Oh, that's still set up from 4. Box. So what is this gonna be? was this? 1, 4, 4, 4. So that's 16 high. Okay. 16 plus 4 for the little ledge up there. That's an extra 20. So that'll be 20. Yes. Wait. That'll do for now. So that means we're going to go, what was the view grid settings? 32 by 32. Okay, we'll set this up here for that. Texture offset. Why it's going to be minus 20. That's 7? Wait, hang on a second. So, let's just put it in at 7 for now. Minus 7. Icon's going to be there. The bit mask is going to still be 2 by 2. Because with those examples before, I found 2 by 2 works a bit better than 3 by 3. Like, well, number 1, less tiles. Number 2. Oh, dang it! What was it? I'm sure it'll come to me. There was another reason why. It's to do with the way the walls are projected. Okay, if that's custom, we're going to do this 16 by 0. You're going to be 12. So place these fillers down. Okay. Not looking too great. Unless we go back to tile set and realize that's probably a lot easier if that was 8. Well, a lot cleaner. So it looks like it's 1 pixel off. Whatever, we'll sort it out in the tile map. Custom. Yeah, it's the tile map itself. Okay. Sorry about that. Just keep jumping around. Okay, yeah, so that's a basic. That's sorting out that way. The reason why I want this double-edged one for now is just so I can make sure everything's aligned correctly. Like, I don't think the game itself will have this kind of tile setup, but see how it handles things for now. So it'll be minus 8, wouldn't it? Minus 7. Okay, that... Six. Just wait a bit. 7. Minus 6. Yeah, that's looking better. Oh wait, I was going... I was moving in the wrong direction. Because we did 12, or rather 6 upwards and 8. Well, 16 to 8 across. Okay, that's why. So we'll use the camera that's already set up here. And okay, test this. Well, aside from the play color. Yep. I'd say that's working. And oh, I have to retest that. Where are we? Yeah, it looks more separate, I suppose. Okie dokie. So we're making walls. Okay. I think the first thing we should do is just recolor this to work with the player a bit better. Whoops. And whoop, there we go. Kind of. It's just temporary, not that important for now. So we need walls. Let's go grey this time. That's a bit off there. Nudging these over by 1. One, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Just so we can add like a little bit of thickness to this side of the box. Should be pretty straightforward. Yeah, everything still lines up fine. That's cool. Oh, but that's off by 1. I think it's because we still have this set to 7. Is it? No, it's at 8. Let's see. Yeah, looks fine. Like I said, it just needs to work. Well, not so much work, look better in the editor. Just so we have a visual thing. It's like, okay, I move over tile map, there is square. At cursor, I can place down thing. Yeah, so I suppose I should say I'm using a different bitmask setup than what I had before. Like before I would have it set up like, where are we? This one, how it's more of like, that's a corner piece, that's another corner piece, well, inner corner piece, inner corner piece, inner corner piece, inner corner piece, that's straight, that's straight, that's straight, like setting it up like a star shape. For this map, because we're just using it pretty much as a box for this, well, box outside container for the level, won't need all those ones, we can just get away with a little one like this. Well, at least I hope so. Probably like, oh hey, you remember that one time when you said, we don't need this? Yeah, you totally need it. I don't know. So it'll be a corner piece. So to do. That's 3 on top. Take view, stop a grid there. Okay. I can sort that out in a bit. How's that look? Okay. Then we'll just grab this. There. There. Okay. Looks a little bit off, but things are meshing as they should on the corners. That's fine. Now, leave that corner piece for now. Work on this vertical one here. Which is, which is what I was doing before this. There we go. Okay. Needs to go over by 1 because when it's tiling vertically, that part, that pixel or spot there overlaps with that on the upper tile. So we need to offset it like that. I think. We're about to find out. Let's see. Let's make this into a different color so it's a bit easier to see. Yes. Now, if we get rid of you and you should still work, hopefully. No, you don't. Unfortunate. Just gonna grab this for a second. So it needs to come down a bit to accommodate that. Okay, because I moved that up 20, but the height of that is 16, so that's 4 off. So if I do that, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here it doesn't look like much, but when that corner comes into place, that should line up nicely. And because of that, we just grab these here. Come on, take off contiguous, there. Yes. Wait. You cross there, you go there. Yep, those are lining up. It doesn't look too visually appealing at the moment, but we'll get there. Just knock this guy off there. Knock you onto there. It'll make sense in a bit. Well, hopefully. This there, grab this there. Okay. Yeah. Oh, need some more coffee. So, aside from a few alignment issues and such, everything seems to be lining up as it should. So when I come back, just taking a quick break in a moment, get rid of this obvious grid kind of tile appearance, smooth it out for the moment. Because we have these pixels in place, we can tell that everything aligns as it should. But for now, yeah, we'll just keep this as is for the box and put it into this level. Like, I know the whole grid thing, it's a bit more appealing, but I don't know, we'll just figure something out. Anyways, be back in a moment. Okay. That's good. Okay. Got my coffee, we got a plan. And... Oops, sorry about that. Thought I had a message. Okay, so... Let's see. Let's make this into a new layer. Just this part. So you can... I can just overlay it like that. Not that one there. It's lined up there. That's a little bit off. That's not too bad. So we got... okay. So, yeah, it looks a wee bit off, but we can sort that out. Grab this and this. Okay. View up there. Save. Export. Test it out. One off. That's because of that. Okay. And we'll put a little line there. Correct. Looks correct. Won't look correct over here because we haven't done it yet. Okay. Whoops. I suppose while we're doing this, give a little update on the channel. I didn't stream on the Tuesday because on Monday I got my first COVID jab. Because found out that at the pharmacists or chemists over here, they're offering it for free. Just got to walk in off the street, book a time, and be good to go. And usually with me, whenever I get like, jabs and stuff like that, don't really have like too much of a reaction to it. Like, you will get, well, I will get, like say, okay, well, I've been jabbed in the arm. Yeah, it hurts a bit for a while. Like, it'll be a bit sore, but nothing too major. And yeah, just caught me completely by surprise on the Tuesday. I'm just like laying in bed. It's like, okay, got to get up, get everything sorted, get streaming. Then, yeah, I just felt like absolute crap. So, yeah. Thought it'd be best not to like pop on here, just sound like how's it going, and stuff like that. So I thought, I suppose taking one day off from the schedule wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, it still looks a little bit janky. I'll just merge down. And get rid of you. How are you looking now? Yeah, well, you can't really see too much of it. Yeah, whatever. So that looks alright, that looks alright. With this, go here and we'll do this. Anyways, sorry I got distracted a bit there. Updates for the channel. Nothing too major, I guess. Just going to keep streaming and doing what I do. Because, well, here's the thing, I don't really want to overpromise two things. Two things. Overpromise things too much. Like say, dude, I've got this crazy idea and this would be so awesome, you know, I'll do a big stream about it and do all this and that, it'd be awesome. And because of different reasons, I suppose, I don't deliver. It'll be like, hang on a second, but you were talking about the other day you're doing this and this and this. So I'm just trying to keep it like more casual and breezy, I suppose. But eventually want to end up streaming, let's say 3 days a week. Maybe when things get a little bit more underway with the game, and just get more used to streaming, because, well, probably really obvious to some, I'm a bit of a newbie when it comes to streaming. Like, I find what I'm doing here, I find it interesting, you know. It's just like, you know, me without a script, just sitting down, working on stuff on the fly, coming up with solutions or ideas on the fly. I find that pretty interesting, to be honest. But to other people, I can see how it can get a bit boring. It's like saying, okay, so you're doing this, so let's just sit down and watch what you're doing. That might be interesting for some, might not. I mean, I don't know, you never know. I don't know, when I start making some decent progress, because at the moment it's all pretty experimental. I don't know, I'll probably start doing devlogs or something. Because I just find streaming, it's a bit less effort is required, so to speak. Like a bit of less effort, like you don't have to have everything, you know, super planned out. You're just sitting here, like I'm just having a conversation with you. But I suppose eventually I will have to get around to, 36, yes. Probably have to get around to, like, actually, you know, putting in some serious things, saying, oh, hey, sure, I did a stream, but here's what actually got done, you know. But that's for later on. For now, I don't know, just coming to terms with things. Not coming to terms, just, getting used to talking for long periods, because usually with me, I don't really talk to people that much. Okay, that sounds a bit sad, but like I still, you know, have, you know, voice chat and stuff when I'm playing games and everything. It's just I don't know, after about, let's see, these last couple of streams are done, they've gone for like 3 hours or something. After that, my voice will, for the rest of the day, will just be a bit, you know, it's not good. So I don't know, keep the stream going for a while, and yeah, just try and build up resistance, so to speak, for my voice. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it looks a little bit off. Not important. Actually, could probably do something like that. Let's see how this looks. And it breaks. And I already know why. It's because I changed the size of the tiles. So here we got 32. We're going to go with this 36 here. Not that one. Not that one. Yeah, it's this one. So region, I'm just going to update you there. The bit mask should be sorted. Yes. Icon should still be there. Yes. Come back to here. Everything's sorted. So now that we've got this all sorted, I'm going to grab you. Put you there. Put you there. And let's see. You there. It could be a little bit darker, sure. And maybe brown. Brownish. Yep. Go here, we go to region, we put you up, bit mask, fill all you guys in. And come back to here, we're going to get rid of you. How's that looking? Now it's there, there. If we do this, multicolor, yeah. Okay. Leave it like that for now, just to just add a bit of extra to there, like extra texture, I suppose, variation. Or houses. You will add whoops, there we go. Yeah, kind of a tiled-esque kind of thing. Might make that darker actually. So yeah, one idea was tossing around. This is me, like for the stream, for streaming and such, and don't think this is me over-promising or anything like that. Like I was saying before, I think that having the occasional stream when I'm doing something other than this game might be an idea. Not saying that I've lost interest with this, you know, I'm still, you know, thoroughly enjoying this. It's just got a few other ideas of game prototypes I want to make. Like, it won't be as let's just say as robust or structured as what we're doing here, because I've got, you know, a document open, I've got a checklist to go through. Oops, speaking of which, I better actually start working on this. Why aren't I working on this? That's right, sort out this tile map first. Then I can start making objects for it. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself a bit. Okay, so like I was saying before, I have different ideas for prototypes and stuff, and it pretty much won't be as straightforward as how I'm doing these at the moment. Like, oh, hello, we are going to sit down and do this today, we're going to do that today, let's plan out the next one, etc, etc. This one will be more like, what would be an example? Thinking of an idea for a 2D platformer which you control gravity. Think of it a little bit like VVV. Actually, I could probably search that up. This will be a good example. Open a new tab. Ooh, zoom you in a wee bit. So you'd have spikes on the roof and floor, and you press a button and you switch gravity polarity. So you go from up to down, and that's it. So my idea is more rotational, so a fellow would be standing here, press a button, gravity would go from this way to this way. Press another button, this way. Press another button, it'll go to this way. Like, press the same button, it like rotates through it. Got a few ideas for how to get that to work, but once again, it'll be even more improvised, I suppose you could call it, than what we've got here, because I only have ideas on what to do. I have no idea how to put it into a game, but I don't know, it could be interesting. Or maybe like mini projects every week, like saying, hey guys, instead of doing Gold Bounty this week, let's do, I don't know, Gravity Smash. Or it's like another project that I had, it's like that Space Smash, but putting gravity in. You know, the one how you got the little space and running around breaking boxes, like that, but 2D platformer. Like, I've done a few tests with it, and it's so-so. But the ideas that I have for it, well, the new ideas, requires a little bit more tweaking and experimentation. I don't know. That's just spitballing ideas. Oop, not there. We are after you. Well, need contiguous. No, I said I was going to move away from having this style. Just adds a little bit more depth to it. And because we'll be moving on to the player behavior and stuff, that'll require a little bit of tweaking of this behavior. Actually, I suppose I should pop in there now. Why not? So the idea behind it is, it's similar to the player that we've developed before, except this one has more of like a top-down, facing you kind of look. So you only see the top and one face. Just two color rectangles and a collision shape. That's it. And in here with the script we've got... Where? That's because I'm looking at the wrong one. player 40s. There we go, and there's all of our shooting stuff. So pop back to here. It's pretty much the same appearance, it's just the behavior underneath. Test player, zoom in a wee bit. Same thing, except we're using a collision polygon so that, you know, it fits the new angle of projection on the tile map. Well, the older one that I had, this one. For this one I'll need to tweak the angle again. And if we go to the script, over here with this guts one, it's just containing the polygons for the different sides. Instead of moving each individual polygon around one time, I use the node 2D as like a group, so you can just move. Whoop, not you. Where are you? Come on. Yeah, you can move this around as you want. Because we're moving at an angle that's not Cartesian or Cartesian, like, you know, as you'd see on a grid, like minus y is up, plus y is down, minus x is left, plus x is right. It needs to move at a 45-degree angle. So I just made a dictionary here, which is like an array, but you can name what each of the pieces are. I think they're called keys. I had a document open for it. Yeah, dictionary type. Data structure can be defined by a key value. Okay, so they are called keys. So you got a dictionary, and inside the dictionary is a key. So you've got some key name, value 1. So I'll set it up with up, right, down, left. Ready, that's there. Physics frame pretty much calls get motion to put in motion. Putting in a string called move, because you can copy and paste this for later on, which we'll get to. For get motion, I made the reference, but have it only take in a string. That's what this little doohickey here is. Say, what was it, Python, I think it was? Python programming language thing. You can say, oh, if you want to take it into, say, an integer or a float point value, you can put in int or float, or like you've got here int and stuff. So what it's doing is it's creating a blank calc as usual. Make the x is you grab the input of the name of ref plus right, left, down, up. Because if you remember, in the project settings input map, we've got two of them set up. You've got move up, move down, move left, move right. Shoot gun, well, that's for mouse shooting, but you've got move underscore up, you've got shoot underscore up. So the idea later on is, okay, say if we want to use this for getting a shooting direction instead. Instead of like saying, okay, so we've got to detect for shoot right, shoot left, but you have a separate function for move right, move left. By saying, okay, check this ref plus right, because when you're checking for key presses, it's all done as a string, as defined in input map. Say ref instead. So if I was to put shoot in here, it wouldn't detect the WASD moving ones, it'll detect the arrow keys instead. Just a little quirk that I put in, and I don't know, maybe define this as a global variable later on maybe. I mean, all it's doing is just getting key presses, but it could come in handy for motion based ones, because bullets have motion. Anyway, I digress. So we define calc as the raw inputs, therefore it'll be up, down, left, right. Create a new one called fix. You're going to match the sign of y, which will be here. What the sign is it returns the direction of something. oh, it's not the direction, the positive or negative value of something as 1, -1, or 0. 0 was nothing. Anything above 0 would be 1. Anything below 0 would be -1. So here you've got, if it's 0, like if Y isn't being pressed up here for calc, then just ignore it. Just use your normal left-right movement. However, if you're pressing up, well, you can't go directly up, you have to go slightly to the side. So we go direction up, which is up here. Direction up, which will give you up and right. It's off on the angle like this. Same with down. It is down, down and left. I'm going to put in left and right just for redundancy in case I do need to use it for direction, but not important. We're just using the up and down at the moment. So what you're doing is you're taking so yeah, you're applying these because it's using X and Y values to fix. Then fix would add on calc. So therefore, if you're moving up at an angle, but you're also moving at another diagonal, then you can add that in. It moves like a funky between this direction, this direction. It's like out here somewhere. And same with other directions. I'll keep this for movement for now, but I might put in a condition saying if it's for shooting, just make it go in these directions instead. But that's later on. Anyway, after it's done everything with fix, return the value of fix normalized, so it's what I showed you before. It's pretty much putting it out as a direction. All these little extra tweaks and bits and pieces that are chucked on, instead of having it as like big ass number that could futz with movement or shooting later on, it's just an angle. Then I just put in motion, move and slide, motion, move, speed, vector, etc., what we've set up before. So this is test player. I'd say I'm happy with how that's set up at the moment, like this projection. Granted, it's just still very basic in terms of appearance, but yeah, that'll do. Because we're going to be creating some stuff later on, I'll show you why it's best to keep it basic at the beginning, because you don't want to get, like, you know, too crazy with things, so to speak. And let's see. No. Yeah. Potato, whatever. Okay, so going to go back to test player or regular 4DS player. This one already has the hang on a second. It already has all the shooting things there. Instead of making a new one or copy and pasting. So we got player center has moved after shooting is finished. Ah yes, I remember that. Haven't sorted out what that is. I think we modify what's going on here. Movement. Movement's there, shooting's there. Movement. motion. Oop, come on, there we go. We're gonna go get motion. So we're gonna set it up how we had it before. Move. Ref as a string. There you go. Ref plus. Could copy and paste, but it isn't too much of a too much typing, and also it helps keep things fresh. So we're going to go x equals vector 2 dot 0. Match the sign of calc y. Fix. Just plot these out for now. There was a way to return a default value instead of just saying it has to be one of these three. You can have it that, if anything else, return is that. Oh, now's the time to jump into here. So we're going to go match. Match statement is used as branch programming pattern s pattern move case. Move any breaks you don't want. Break change. Default to a single underscore. Yep, there you go. Simple underscore. But the way code works, because whenever something happens in the match, it breaks out of the function. So we're going to go like, like this. So if it's 1, do something. -1, do something. It's neither of those, just whatever. Think of it like your else statement. Okie dokie, so we need directions. Direction correct. Eon. We're gonna go direction equals there. Go up is 0. Just putting in the framework, because we need to work out the how to get the direction to appear where it's supposed to be. Okay, that didn't make sense. Work out the correct angle for a vector. The correct direction is supposed to be. Oh dear. Me English good, yes. You speak? Good. Okay, so let's try vector. Two minus 3. Normalized. 2 dot minus 2, 3. Normalized. Not supposed to be a dot there. Okay. Yeah. Vector, well, vector 2, right. Vector 2 dot left. On the because we're only moving left and right a small bit, but we're moving up and down a different thing. I'm just thinking, like, trying to get into my head the way the angle will behave. Well, I think this is right, but I could be wrong. Only one way to find out. Let's take a look what we got here. So we fix plus equals direction up. And with dictionaries, you don't need to have like this for your if you're referencing it, it'll just be like a whatever was written there. So up would be up there. We go fix plus equals direction down. Pass will be whatever. Then we go fix x plus equals calc dot x. Return the normalization like that. Yes, I sincerely hope that works. I think works. This is going to look a bit iffy. Technical term. I got it back to front. Yep, it's popping off a little bit too much. Okay, well, that's because I'm using the wrong bloody one in there, that's why. Oh yeah, you gotta 40s. So we put this in 40s, didn't we? 40s. Okay. Just gonna delete you. Put in there. Not that one. We are linking to player 40s. Moving you there. So we need to focus on this corner. See how it works. Because we haven't done the skewed graphics yet. Yep, that is excellent because that is rigged up entirely wrong. Okay, yep, so it's reversed. Hey, I think I got this right. It's reversed. Somehow. Hang on a second. It's reversed here. I was about to say, it wouldn't be the key presses because that's set up correctly. That is the wrong one altogether. We'll get there, come on. Yep, so that's up, it's down. But if you look at how that's behaving, If we get rid of this, that's the only thing I was a bit unsure about. No, it's still a bit off. Still a bit off. Okay. I got these back to front. 3, 2. Oh wait, -3, 2. Wait, no, hang on a second. Up. That's going that direction. That's going that direction. So this will be going that direction, whilst you go that direction. No, it's definitely off. Okay. My bad. Hmm. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12. Whereas this one is going to be from here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Where'd my thing go? Okay. Just writing this down. 16, that will be 12. So to move up on that there. Probably going to have to look into bloody, what do you call it? Working out cosine or tangent or sine to project angles. I know I didn't really take geotrig at school. The option was there, but well, it's high school, you know. Wasn't really paying attention then. So, work out the ratio of it. So that'll be 4/3. So because 2/3 isn't working, four, and we'll put on the normalized function at the end just to keep it there, just to keep it working, hopefully. Down, nope, up, no. It's going to have 3, 4, 3, 4, because that'd be like the last one. So is this more vertical? Vector 2. Is there a handy-dandy built-in function where you can just convert angle to direction? So we saw some pretty nifty ones before. Okay, so it returns a float, so it'll just be the angles as degrees, or radians rather. Angle to a vector 2 point. So that's working out between two vector 2's and returns a number. If you look at these vector 2 ones, bounce, no. Seal, turns a vector with rounded up towards positive infinity. No. Sealing, okay, clamped. Cross, cubic interpolate. So as a value, returns from A to B by float. No. Direction 2? Direction 2 returns a normalized vector pointing from this vector to B, equivalent of using B minus A normalized. Okay, that could work. Because, where's my play one there? Okay. Keep that, keep that. There we go. Pass. Whoop. Pass, not piss. Pass, pass. But those don't count. Okay, so we're going to go vector 2.0 dot direction 2. Yes? 0 is not a built-in static constant. Well, that's my bad. I'm sorry. To a vector. So if we go vector 2 dot (16) minus 12. There, we don't need that dot. Work? Work. Word up. Alrighty, so oh, whoops, need another bracket at the end. Yeah? Yeah, and that turns up as pass because that's done wrong. That's going to the left, which is negative. That's positive. We need the extra end piece there. So, moment of truth. Still not working. Okay. No errors have been thrown up saying, oh, that's not how you use direction 2. So, the core behind it works, it's just getting everything else off that. 16 across there. Okay. Let's try 16. Try swapping these. I have a sneaky suspicion that I went about just off slightly. Needs to be up and down. Needs to add just a wee bit off. The X is just going to be off there. Off like that. Getting close. Seems to be going a bit more left and right than it's supposed to. So, try something a bit funky. Let's halve these. Don't expect this to work, but it will let me know if why is it doing that? Oh, Y sword, that's right. Bugger. Where are we? Tile testing. This one here. No, whilst the Y sword's on there. Okay, yep. Don't get distracted. Come on. So we're going up. One thing I'm going to do straight up is to make this a little bit easier. Let's go whoop, 00 F00 F00 enter. That is no bueno. Whoop, not those ones. So let's try with just the ratio actually. So 3, 4, 3, 4. I think they should theoretically be the same. Yes. Looks about the middle. That looks a bit over from the middle. A bit over from that. A bit over from that. Move up. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it requires 5. Okay. Exciting stuff. $15, $20, $15, $20, $14, $14. Come on, stop lagging, please. 1, 3, 5, 6. I don't know. I'll have to think on this a wee bit. Let's see. Yeah, I'll take another quick break. Come back and mull it over and come back and give us another shot. Because if it's not this up here that's causing the problem, might be here, maybe. Though it did work for the other setup we had. So I doubt it's here. I think it's just to do up here, working this out. I don't know, think it over a bit. Be right back. So, I think coffee fixes everything, so to speak. Just realized why we're doing these lines here and stuff. Measure from here to here. So that's 7. Wait. 6 by 12. Should work. So 6 across, 6 by 12. That'll be 1 to 2. Yeah. 1, 2. 1, 2. I think that should work. Let's give it a shot. There it is. Excellent. So yeah, that works like that. Got direction. If you want to move in diagonals, I suppose. Cool beans. So I'd say that's pretty successful. So there. Now, got these directions here. We had for shooting. If not reloading, you are shooting. What is shooting doing? Get aim. We don't need get aim. So it's effectively doing what we're doing up here. I would change it from motion to get direction. Okay, so we go here. That'll correct. Excellent. So we come down to here, not get aim, we are after get direction, and the reference is going to be shoot. That should return how it's supposed to be. Hopefully. Moment of truth. Do 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 do. Yep, that is working. Well, working enough for what we need. Only thing is, it's creating infinite shots that are like, that keep going like shit this way. It's still going, still going, still going, still going, still going. So we need collisions in. That's fine. Because the bullets have the offset because of the shadow thing we did last time, that'll be fine. So that's all behaving as it should. Good. Okay, first things first, we're going to come here and we're going to, because this box is just going to be like an underlayer, say we are inside of a box area. Inside the level, we're not going to worry about the this one, we're not going to be worrying about the overlaps like that. Well, maybe like, see, that's the thing, like, I'm just thinking like, in the moment, this is how we should do it to keep things simple. We might be able to make it more complex later on, maybe adding in walls on their own layer, as opposed to being attached to the floor. So therefore we can do things like, moving behind, maybe shader or some kind of things, maybe even a light 2D. Like, I've done some experimenting with that for other things in the past. But instead of using it for like a light that projects a shadow, it's a light that projects a mask or something. It's just speculating later on. For now, we're going to edit you. We're going to grab your Z index. We're going to set you to -2. Not English Australia keyboard. What? I am a little taskbar thing. Okay. Z index -2. But we're still going to keep Z sword for the... Not Z sword, Y sword. Where is it? Oh, it's upgraded. For the objects, which we'll be moving on to next. Should we move on to it next? I think collisions should come first. Just thinking, am I missing anything? Well, it'll probably pop up later on. Tile set. Okay, we are going to go here, here, 4x4. Zoom in a wee bit. Here, we're going to go collision. So that corner will out to that, that will out to that, that will out to that, will out to that. So, just give me a moment to think. I'll just draw the collision shapes in relation to the square itself, or tile rather itself, then just offset the shape itself down here. Just keep it more straightforward. So, oh yes, usually helps if you select the right bloody one. Okay, so that's going to be a corner piece. We're going to, whoops, oh no, that one. There, 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 there. You were going to be there. Oh wait, maybe, not important, scooch that over there. This is going to be from there, maybe not that. This is going to be from there to there, there to there, to there, to there, to there. You were going to be from here to here, here to here to here. You're going to be from here, 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 here. Wait, yeah, that's that. Yeah, wait, yeah. Okay. So we're getting there. That's the important thing. Corner piece. Set you up like this. Oh, you're not really seeing the collision shapes. While we're debugging, we'll keep it like that. Just keeping it all nice and purdy. Okay, so we just need the outer rim. Debug, visible collision shapes. Yes, so when we test you, everything should look nice, I think, maybe. Of course it isn't, because I need to offset. But if we do shooting, that still works, that's good. Ooly dooly. Okay. So, We need to go back to here and to the tile set. Grab here, move there. Shape offset. We're just going to copy these values and see how close it gets. Since it's following this bottom thing, this offset makes the bottom thing appear at the cursor. Should work. Hopefully. Please. Beautiful. Move around and we shoot you. So the obvious thing is when it stops, that circle around the shape, or the collision polygon, looks like when it turns black, the shots turn black. I want to make that like an explosion thing, but it's kind of floating off the wall slightly. I think I'll edit the size of that collision polygon to bullet 2. So, what? Ah, that's right. I've still got that thing that popped up. There we go. So how do you look now? Yep, it looks like it's hitting the wall. And we'll go down. Yeah, that's working rather well, I think. Okay, get rid of visible collision shades. We just test it to see visually how it looks. Yeah, that's behaving nicely. Good. Good, good, good. Tempted to chuck this into the existing setup we've got. Going to refrain. The main reason being is that stick with this testing area for now. So if anything futzes up here, we don't have to go in and gut everything in this level to say, okay, so this target isn't behaving, but it's set up like this, and blah, 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 blah. Not good. So objects. I think the most basic version of an object would be just a regular old box or crate. Player size is a bit much, but because we'll be doing placeholder animations for it, or placeholder images rather, leave that as is for now. For now, we're going to sort out basic objects so we can get more stuff on this. Like, I think we can knock out most of this today, the prop graphics. The sound effects, I have an idea. Well, not so much idea. I found a video just in passing the other day. This guy's saying, hey, I'm going to teach you how to compose for games without any sound theory and for completely free. So I think that's worth looking into, like on my end that is. We save the sound effects for another stream. That'll probably be better, but it should be pretty straightforward, as these are only just, you know, say for the jingle, everything should be pretty straightforward. Like shot sound would be like, pew, hit would be pow, power up, doodle doo, power down, boodle boo, exit sound, yee. I don't know. What I will do is down here I will go music. Basic music loop, go 15 to 20 seconds. As I said before, it's the one thing I've been dreading. Not really too much of a sound guy. Like I did take, with my degree, I did take sound unit. They kind of got rid of it after I was working on it. They like broke it up and put it into other things, but it's more to do with editing and a little bit of the design behind it. So it's like, oh, you've got a person speaking into a microphone and saying, aha, on tonight's news we're going to be talking about something that happened. Pretty much you'd take something like that and say, this is how you'd make it sound a little bit better, like using high and low pass filters, compression, normalizing audio, putting things together so it doesn't sound too out of place. Like, you know, how you'd have some sounds are louder than other things. Like you're talking with dialogue, but you just hear like, you know, really loud stuff in the background, like I don't know, some improvised jazz over your dialogue. It doesn't match up. You can't hear what they're saying. It's a bit of a specific example. Anyway, it's more along that size, like the technical thing, like this is how you go into a sound booth and record. This is how you edit things using, at the time, because it was like basic sound stuff, it was like Audacity, I think. They probably changed everything at where I got my degree. I mean, it's been about 10 years or something. Over 10 years, actually. So I did that course. But I digress. Long story short, I know some of the technical stuff relating to sound, but in terms of like their creative music stuff, or actually, we'll chuck this down here. We're still getting to it, it's just keep it basic up here. Because if I can get single sounds to work, fine. There. Yeah. You know, like I said, it's mainly technical stuff related to it. Bit of practical, but I don't know, I need to work the rust out. Need to get some audio stuff on my PC and see what happens. This should probably be in its own to-do list. And this Player Annie project won't be used. I'll have to start from scratch. I won't do that on the stream because a lot of it will be trial and error. Even though, you know, I'm an animator and such. Well, you saw how much of a issue I had with getting like angles and projection and stuff to work just for this tile map. Animating that, oh, it's a whole other ballpark. But I'll probably just get like basic placeholders for that. Anyway, enough talking. Graphics. So we're going to go to here. Sorry, but we're going to get rid of you. That's the thing, this map isn't as vibrant as the other one. Whatever. Does its job. Camera. Another thing I'll have to fix is how the camera works. Because it was just a square. It's like the camera is square. You can fit it to a square, put it in the center. This is like a parallelogram, rhombus, quadrilateral. Other word explaining a square, four-sided object. Because it's got different angles off. Maybe I need to work out something to center this. But for now, this is working fine. Anyway, stop talking. Get to graphics. So we're going to go here and we're going to call this room tile map. Tile map, yeah. I'm going to duplicate this. Get rid of view. Probably shouldn't have done that, but whatever. Object tiles. Wait, object. No, let's call it prop. Tile map. I don't think anything in Godot uses prop as a reference. Because I think it was Unity uses prop or character as a reference. I don't know. It's been even longer since I've used Unity. That's, well, actually about 10 years or so. Yeah. Things have changed. But still, I like Godot. I'll keep this in. So, time map camera. Player thing. We are going to set you up. That'll be later. Later on. Okay. So we're going to grab that and that. We don't need you. We do, however, need... Whoop, not you. Yep. And we'll grab this one. You. Save you. Whoops. What are you undoing? New sprite. 32 by 32. 23. 32. There we go. I'm going to paste you in there. So that's actually 24 by 16. Memory serves? Yes. Since these objects are going to be sitting on the floor, leave it like this. As base. Grid settings. Your height's going to be 16. Your width is going to be 24. Make it so. Go from there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 2, 1. So that'll be there, overlapping. Yeah. We'll just sort it out later. Oh wait, that's not 24 high. Wait, so it's flat on the ground. It's 4. So vertically, you take that away, that'll be 12. Grid settings. 12. Grid settings. 22. It's a start. Don't sweat the small stuff. I'm just thinking doing it this way so it takes out a bit of the guesswork. We'll load up my shadow as well. We're using grey and green, so for a box we're going to use a wooden box, I suppose. You. Well, get rid of that contiguous. What did I call that before? 2x2 OBL cav props. Test. These aren't going to be 2x2 auto tiles. I'm just using that as a naming convention. I'll have to go through and organize my program directory because we've got scenes here. That's fine. Holder scenes, that's cool. Resources, a few tile maps, a few text things, fine. Scripts, there's a fair amount of scripts. Sprites, a whole bunch of ones I'm not using. And if we go open, you'll pop up with a open a file manager. There we go. There's currently 60 items in here. A whole bunch of it's not being used, so I will have to go in and do some housekeeping. That's fine. Okay, the box. Let's make it a little bit more box-like. Tell it to my heart. Tell me I'm the only one. Okay. Let's trim those corners. Yep. Grab this. I'm going to grab you there, but we're going to grab you it's a darker one. Okay, that's the slightly annoying thing about this projection thing, and which is why I probably won't be doing the animation on stream, is because top face, okay, we can see what's going on there, no worries. We'll call it the front face, you can see what's going on there. Okay, side face, you're like, yeah, it's really squashed in and skewed and doesn't really. You have to use a fair bit of imagination to guess what's going on. That'll do for now. Now for the canvas size, we're going to make more than one object, so let's just bump this up to 128, 128 from there. So that's one high. One of the new features for Godot 4, like just a wee bit of banter on the side, is with tile maps, how we have the overlapping offset for what do you call it? For the walls and such with the tile map. The new tile map editor they're putting out is on a single tile map. You can put on different Z layers or different opacity for objects. It's pretty much all the issues that I was talking about before, trying to get, the auto tiles and such to work. Apparently that'll all be fixed when it comes to version 4, which would be great. I suppose this interesting case study is like, oh, you look at how I'm failing horribly at certain things. Let's say, yeah, apparently all this will be fixed in a newer version. And the reason why I'm not sweating it so much is because, oh, what's going on there? Whatever. Not sweating it so much because it's going to be fixed in the future. Like, it's like they know, okay, something is kind of going a bit screwy here. So we hear what you're saying. We're going to make some tweaks. I'm saying, well, that's fine. I mean, if they want to tackle that, that is a-okay by me. But I don't know, just doing little tweakings like that, seeing how things tick. I find that pretty interesting. Why are you off on the side? That's right. Whoop. So I don't think I'm anywhere near the level of I can make plugins and stuff for Godot and have it as its own branch build. Sure, it's probably a nice skill to have, but not really. Not really something that I want to look into at the moment. I think it'd be good if I focus on working with what's there, unless it's absolutely necessary to, do your own tweaking and fiddling with things, then okay, sure, I can see going in and doing that. But for now, using what's there, that's fine. Because since GDScript is very similar to Python, there's a fair bit of overlap. So some Python scripts that I've made for other programs and stuff, theoretically they can also work in Godot. So you can add in like a whole bunch of extra functionality that doesn't come pre-packaged with the standard build of, or the standard stable or beta build of Godot. So lots of flexibility there. But to be honest, I haven't really come across a need to do that yet. Not trying to dismiss it. I mean, it's an excellent thing to have, but not really for me at the moment. Alright, no, maybe if people show interest, I could give it a shot in the stream. It's like, hey, let's see if I can make this work, maybe? I don't know. So, what was going to make? Well, what do we have? What do we have on the list? Target, bullet, exit, HUD, miscellaneous sprites, placeholder sprites. Placeholder. Might make one for the player. So how tall is the wall? There, I just realized you can measure it like this. Where are we going? 16 tall. Okay. put the player sprite on this sprite sheet, and for the moment, well, until I get animations put in, I'll set something up. I'll do it in a wee bit. Let's bring this in a little bit more. That'll do. And what color did we want the player? What would pop out? Well, like green works. Just you make it green. Okay, there. And why not? Yeah, that'll do. But we're going to shift you up by 1. Save. There. Save, Control S, save. Going to go back to here. We're going to go to tile set, new tile set, jump in here, add in the correct reference. We're going to go single tile. We're going to grab that little fella there because the stepping is going to be set up to the same as here. Grid settings, 22 by 12. 12, yes. Here we select you. Texture offset is going, no, not texture offset. Don't I need to, oh wait, single tile. Y is going to be -12. And we'll call this, not Bix, box. Collision shape, we're going to chuck you back to 2 versus 2. And zoom in a wee bit. We're going to create a polygon from here to here. Here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, there, and there. Yes. So we can put boxes down. If we go F6 and we move around, that is not working. Why? Set index set there. The props themselves are set to Z index 0. Did I turn on Y sword? No, I didn't. Oh no, overlapping. Well, I was afraid of that. Wait, that's working. Huh. If we draw it this way. Okay. So if you draw it like that, that's good, but if you draw it this way, it's not good. It's another quirk. Okay. Debug visible collision shapes. So let's find out why this fella isn't working. Loading up. Because the texture is offset incorrectly. Of course it is. Bugger. Ah, easy enough to fix. Here, let's bring you up. That needs to be offset by -12. Should work. You gonna work? Please work. Huh. So I'm missing something. "16 high, 12 cross." Yes. Off by 6 on the side. Yes. Places you there. It's by 12. Because that's not referencing there. Okay. Won't offset the texture. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go there, and you go there. Bit counterintuitive, but it should fix it, please. And the player can move around. That's good. So we got boxes like that. We'll probably make them a little bit smaller, but not important. Player 40S. Go here. We're going to grab a sprite. Sprite. Yes. Grab this. I'm going to chuck you to there. Because that is not what we want to do. Go here to texture region. Grid snap. Whoop. View across. Where are we? Here we go. Stepping is going to be... I had it up a second ago. Come on now. Get your head in the game. 22, 12. There. Region activate. There's our little fella. You there? Whoop, not you. Going to grab. Well, first things first. Wait, what's this? Node is in one group. Node. Groups. Play. Oh yeah, that's definitely. Yeah, remember setting that up for collisions. That's important. Bye bye. Pew. Sprite. Good. Offset you by. Now we got there. No, not quite. There and there. Yeah, it's good enough. F6. So we've got wee baby player object. I need to do a fix for that diagonal shooting. But that's for much later on. Well, not much later on, probably next time. Because, once again, it's going to come back to, oh, it's like the Binding of Isaac. Well, if it works, why not? Still doing tweaking and stuff. Because I use your Cartesian, like, up, down, wait, not a Cartesian, what do you call it? They don't have the offset that we do. So, I don't know. You shouldn't stop comparing this to other games. Like, it shares similarities, by all means. Like, I'll cop to that. It's just, yeah. It's becoming its own thing. Like, people might say, oh, you're ripping off this, you're ripping off that. I say it's more along the lines of inspiration. Like, say if you draw, like you do a digital painting in the style of Van Gogh or something, but you've got your own unique spin on it and everything like that. People, it's not as if people say, ugh, yeah, that's a Van Gogh, you just stole that. It's like, no, I did the work, put in my own time and effort to making this, you know, my own kind of thing. It's like, yeah, nah, you stole it. Instead of, but most of the time you say, oh, so you're inspired by Van Gogh. That's pretty admirable, pretty cool, you know. Same kind of deal. But I don't know, I can wax poetic about, oh, this is cool, this is not cool in terms of inspiration and taking things, but fine as long as you're upfront and saying, okay, so this game, it's like Binding of Isaac, but it's got spaceships and leveling system in there instead. People say, okay, so I'm starting to get an image of what's going on. You know, it makes sense instead of just like saying, oh, I'm describing this completely unique and new thing that I made, and you're saying, somebody else will say, wait, that sounds like this other game. And you're like, but oh, yeah, I suppose. Okay. Once again, overthinking things. So, that debug, anyway, what was I talking about? That's right, shooting. I was thinking, if we keep just left, right, up, down shooting, but keep the player movement omnidirectional, big air quotes, so more like strafing fire like this, could be more interesting. As opposed to like your standard mouse moving and such. Since the shooting directions are clamped to up, down, left, right, and using this projection style, it avoids what happens with isometric games that are more action-based. How should I put it? I'll just draw it quickly. Because, let's see, cancel, we'll just go File, New, 128, 128, boom. Yeah, what am I doing? It's just quick demonstration. So, the way we've got the current game set up is like this is a grid system. So that's how the grids will behave. If you're doing isometric, it'll be more along the lines of, say, here. Probably needs to go a little bit over there. There's lots of different ways you can set up pixel perfect ones. This way, it's like, do you know which direction's up? Well, you can tell this, you can tell that this here is the upper edge, because that's the upmost. Which is the most down edge? That would be down here, it's the downmost. Left and right, well, that's pretty standard. Like, you get left and right because it's left and right. Isometric because it's a grid. Imagine if you're pressing on a D-pad. Where would up move you? Well, it still needs to stay on this grid system. So maybe it's either this way or this way. You have to make a choice. Some examples of it were, it's not action orientated, but you look at something like your more tactics strategy games. Like one I used to play heaps was, well, still do actually, is Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced for Game Boy Advance. Use the directional pad. It's up or down. I mean, eventually you get used to the directions by playing it, but at face value it's like, which way's up? Well, up's supposed to be this way, but you can only move these directions on the grid. Same thing with down. So down's this way or this way, because we're moving that direction. Whoop. Left and right, well, that's pretty straightforward. It's pretty straightforward if you're looking at it from this way, but say if that's up and that's down, this will be right. This would be left. Kind of like clockwise. Like, instead of up being there, it's clockwise by, I don't know, by 2 o'clock. This one's down by 2 o'clock. This one's around using a clock face. When it comes to like your old school action games, like, you know, using only a D-pad, because in this case with the keyboard, we've only got, you know, WASD, that's like a D-pad but its own separate thing. We'll have to make a concession there. Well, not concession, like a choice about which direction is which does this, which does that, etc., etc. So that's if we were doing isometric. Like, we'd have to actually select a direction and build everything around that. Whereas with this one, it's like, oh, it's a slight offset, so you can move up, down, left and right. Kind of solves that problem. Well, for the most part. If you're shooting at diagonals, because you won't be having like grids or tiles dividing each of them, so you're like saying, oh, a grid, we get it now, you know, the character's going to be a block, the world's going to be a block. No, the character's going to be a character who looks like a person walking around. This isn't always going to be a box. It could be a boulder or barrel. It'll still maintain the projection that we've set up here, but it won't always be straight lines. So yeah, you wouldn't exactly always have the feel. With isometric, it's like, okay, we can understand that. Oblique, it'll take a bit of getting used to, but something that will help is if we lock the shooting back. This is more of like design and user interaction theory. So that still works as well as it should, you know. You press up, you shoot up, press down, you shoot down, so on and so forth. Diagonals, you get the idea of what's going on. Oh, we can't really see the bullets there. But, it doesn't behave on diagonals as you'd imagine. Like, everything's in place. I mean, we saw the code out, you know, earlier on together. It's just, I don't know, it could be confusing to some, but if you keep it to, okay, shoot up, shoot down, left, right, travels in directions, it informs the player, okay, these are the directions, so if I start the game and I'm only shooting, okay, that's up, down, left, right, okay, well, I've got movement keys. I think I know how to move up in this direction, and of course proven right, so that means down will be this way, left, right. I could be wrong about this, that's the thing as well, like, put everything together, start playing it, and it behaves, well, like, behaves and looks like a dog's breakfast. May have to retweak it, but that's why we're only doing simple placeholder stuff for now. But I don't know, I have faith. It most likely will work. Hopefully. If not, back to square one. take everything that I've done so far as a learning experience and get to work on making it better or something else or what have you. Let's see. Okay, well, once again, this entire thing was about tile maps. Gotta stop doing that. Okay, that's our base one there. So on here we'll just mark off placeholder and miscellaneous. Sort those out later. If we decide to keep it just 4 directional shooting, then with the bullet sprites we only need to draw 4 different bullets. Like an up facing one, down facing, left facing, right facing. Maybe 8 directions. Because while the player can shoot in 4 directions, maybe the enemies don't. And once again, you compare it to Binding of Isaac, that's pretty much what they've done with their things. You'd very rarely come across an enemy that only shoots in cardinal directions. Sure, you've got traps or you've got some, area of effect attacks, like Brimstone and all these other ones. Usually when they're shooting their own versions of bullets, like tears, it will be in all directions. We'll figure it out. Target sprites, well, that's pretty much just going to be like a skinny board. Sort that out. Save that for later. Something I will add, something we can knock out in a future one, is HUD graphics. There we go. Sorry, I seem to be getting a little bit of lag on this at the moment. That's fine. Whoops. Come on. Weapon info. Current goals, objective. This will probably be later on. Minimap. Later. That'll be much later on, when we get the level generation sorted. So the idea is that go in there, create bounty system. Like it'll be just like 1 or 2 rooms. Like you're in room 1, shoot enemies. Next room, bounty. Capture them, take them back to first room, exit. That'll be the next objective thing. Better write this down before I forget, actually. I'll expand on that idea later on, but the idea is putting the bounty system first, which would be down here. So therefore it's like you can do things between rooms, you can move from one room to another, take something from one room to another, back to the exit, which appears. Do that and that's pretty much it. From there you add on more complexity. It's like, okay, instead of going 2 rooms over, could be 3 rooms, 4 rooms, 5 rooms, go through an entire maze, to capture target, then go back to the middle, then go back to the exit rather. And to keep track of where you're going, you'll need a mini-map. There are other things we could do, like maybe a GPS system, like on the ground there's like a line you follow, but I think a mini-map would work better. It gives you a more upfront idea about, I've been here, I haven't been here. We could sort something out. When you look at another procedural generated level system, you look at Hades. Still procedurally generated or random dungeon generation, but you don't backtrack. The whole game is directional. You're moving from starting point to end point, and you just keep going. So instead of having to do backtrack, it's like, okay, I've got 2, maybe 3 doors where you can go to the next room, and then it just goes to the next room, forgets about everything else that's happened behind it in terms of levels, because you're not going back there. It's just current room, next room. So they don't need a mini-map, because it's like, well, you don't have to backtrack or reference where you've been. You're always going forward, so it'll be redundant. But for this one, see how it goes. Yeah, definitely these graphics. Work on them next time. Or I might do it over break until, I don't know, next time I stream. Someone will Addy. Oh well, Addy. Oop, not that one. There. Keep essentials for game. Because I definitely know I will forget this. Isn't like, oh, it'll skip your minus lane. No, I'll definitely forget this, so that's definitely gone there. Reckon we'll work on this section next time. More graphics. Or at least start to flesh it out a bit more. Like, jump back to the game. This up here does its job. It tells you, okay, you are shooting in directions. Whoa, this actually looks a bit funky now that we've got the different target in. Oh, the game still works, so that's fine. And take it the power-up still works, yeah? Yeah. So yeah, it still gives you everything you need back. That's fine. Except, could use a bit of polishing. A little bit more design, like, at the moment it's just top left. We could use it top right, bottom corners, centered there. As a node in Godot called the control node, which allows for, placing things in certain areas. Really good for UI design. Like, say if you're going to do a menu system, or you press a button, bring up your inventory, it'll give you, information on your inventory. Comes in handy. Let's see. I haven't used control nodes too much in the past. I usually do... We've got this set up as a canvas layer, I think. No, I haven't. Okay, a big thing. If we had a camera that follows the player and he moves off towards here, this will stay in that exact position. You put this on something called a canvas layer, which says, okay, here's just the canvas is pretty much what you see for the game. It just sits there. It says, okay, so on the canvas layer, you put this in the top right, it will always be in the top right. Or top left, bottom left, etc., etc. That's what I usually use, but I might look into the control node as well. Because I've seen a lot of really interesting ways people have done it for dialogue systems, inventory systems, some of the other things I've talked about in the past. So yeah, worth looking into, I think. So yeah, I think I'll call it here for today. Yeah, I've got lots of prep work to do, especially since I, well, slacked off on Tuesday. Though granted, I did feel like crap, but regardless, I should have done a bit more. Yeah, I suppose that'll do for now. Still, can't get over this. That's just cool. This actually worked. I mean, yeah, totes worked, man. Yeah. No. That's one of the good things I like about making games is like, you've got an idea, you put it down, and it actually does work. Granted, it took a bit of futzing to get there, but the important thing is you get there. Okie dokie. So yeah, that's it for now. I will see you guys later on. Thanks for watching. As usual, there's links to Discord and my itch page in the description. Check it out if you want. And yeah, see you next time.